History isn't just a collection of dusty old stories. It's a treasure chest of lessons, of tales so powerful they echo through millennia, shaping the very world we live in. And today, we're unlocking one of the most powerful stories of all, a battle that became a legend, a king who became an icon, and a sacrifice that has inspired leaders for over 2,000 years. This is the story of Thermopylae. Imagine, if you will, the year 480 BC. The Persian Empire, the largest and most powerful force the world had ever seen, is on the march. Led by the god King Xerxes, an army of hundreds of thousands, some ancient sources say millions, is descending upon Greece. Their goal? Total subjugation. The Greek city-states, a quarrelsome and divided collection of rival powers, are facing an existential threat. Panic spreads like wildfire. Many cities submit, believing resistance is futile. But not all. In the south, in the rugged land of Laconia, lies Sparta, a city-state unlike any other. Sparta is a military machine, a society where every male citizen is forged into a warrior from the age of 7. They are the professional soldiers of the ancient world, renowned for their discipline, their courage, and their unwavering dedication to their home. And at their head stands King Leonidas. When the Persian demand for earth and water, the symbols of submission, reaches Sparta, Leonidas and his people give a defiant reply. They know they cannot hope to match the Persian numbers, but they will not bow. A desperate plan is formed. The Greek alliance will try to halt the Persian advance at a narrow coastal pass called Thermopylae, which translates to the Hot Gates. It's a bottleneck, a sliver of land between the mountains and the sea, where the Persians' vast numbers would count for little. Here, a small force could potentially hold off a massive army. But there's a problem. It's the time of the Carnea, a sacred religious festival during which warfare is forbidden for the Spartans. It's also the time of the Olympic Games, which enforces a broader truce across Greece. The Spartan council, the ephors, forbid Leonidas from taking the full army. But Leonidas, understanding the urgency, uses a loophole. He is allowed to take his personal bodyguard of 300 men. He handpicks 300 of his best, not just for their skill, but for a specific reason. Each one has a living son to carry on his family line. Leonidas knows this is a one-way trip. He is choosing men to go with him to die. As they march north, they are joined by around 7,000 other Greeks from various cities, Thespians, Thebans, and others, all inspired by the Spartan example. But even combined, they are a tiny fraction of the force they are about to face. When they arrive at Thermopylae, they see the Persian host spread out before them, an ocean of soldiers stretching to the horizon. A Persian scout reports back to Xerxes, describing the Spartans nonchalantly combing their long hair and exercising. Xerxes laughs, mistaking their calm pre-battle ritual for arrogance and vanity. He waits 4 days, certain they will flee in terror. They do not. On the 5th day, Xerxes orders the attack. He sends in his Medes and Scythians, confident they will overwhelm the Greeks. But the pass is so narrow that only a few can fight at a time. The Spartans, with their superior bronze armor, long spears, and massive shields, form a wall of metal and muscle, the phalanx. They hold their ground, their discipline unshakable. Wave after wave of Persian infantry crashes against the Spartan shield wall and breaks. The Spartans even use a tactic of feigning retreat, luring the Persians into a disorganized charge, then turning and slaughtering them. The ground becomes slick with blood. Xerxes is enraged. He sends in his elite troops, the legendary Immortals, 10,000 strong. They are the best soldiers in the Persian Empire. But at the Hot Gates, they prove to be all too mortal. They fall just like the others. For 2 full days, the tiny Greek force holds back the mightiest army on earth. Xerxes, watching from his throne, is said to have leaped to his feet in fury and frustration 3 times. He cannot understand how this is possible. He is fighting a force driven not by a king's whip, but by a love for freedom. But legends are often sealed by tragedy. A local Greek man, a trader named Ephialtes, seeking reward from the Persian king, reveals a hidden mountain path that bypasses the Greek position. When Leonidas learns that they are about to be surrounded, he makes a fateful decision. He dismisses the bulk of the Greek contingent, ordering them to retreat and warn the other cities. He knows the battle for the pass is lost, but the war for Greece is not. Someone must delay the Persians to give the Greek fleet and armies time to prepare. Leonidas and his 300 Spartans remain. They are joined by 700 Thespians who refuse to leave, and a contingent of Thebans whose loyalty is questionable. They know what is coming. This is no longer a battle for victory. It is a battle for time, a battle for legacy. On the third day, they fight not in the narrowest part of the pass, but move into the open, determined to inflict as many casualties as possible. They fight with a ferocity born of desperation and resolve. The accounts say Leonidas falls in the front ranks, and a furious struggle ensues over his body. The Greeks drive the Persians back 4 times to recover their fallen king. But surrounded, outnumbered, and with their spears shattered, they make a final stand on a small hill. They fight with their short swords, and when those break, they fight with their bare hands and teeth, until the last man is overwhelmed by a storm of arrows. They were all killed, but they did not fail. Their sacrifice bought the crucial time needed for the Greek city-states to rally. Inspired by their bravery, the Athenian-led navy crushed the Persian fleet at the Battle of Salamis shortly after, cutting off Xerxes' supply lines. The following year, a unified Greek army, led by the full might of Sparta, decisively defeated the remaining Persian forces at the Battle of Plataea, ending the invasion for good. The stand of the 300 was not just a military delaying action. It was a moral victory that lit a fire across Greece. It demonstrated that even a god-king could bleed, that empires could be challenged, and that a few, fighting for a cause they believed in, could stand against the many. So why does this story still resonate so deeply? Because it's the ultimate story of leadership. Leonidas didn't just command his men. He led them from the front. He shared their fate. He chose certain death not for glory, but to protect his people and their way of life. This is the essence of sacrificial leadership, putting the well-being of the group above your own. It's a principle we see echoed in leaders throughout history, from military generals to political reformers and even business innovators who risk everything for a vision. The story of Thermopylae teaches us that leadership isn't about power or authority. It's about responsibility, courage, and a commitment to a purpose greater than oneself. The 300 Spartans at Thermopylae forged a legend that became a cornerstone of Western culture. Their story has been told and retold for 2,500 years, a timeless reminder that the strength of the human spirit can be more powerful than any army. They chose not a long life of servitude, but a short life of freedom, and in doing so, achieved immortality. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey back in time. If you found this story as powerful as I do, please hit that like button and subscribe for more tales from history that continue to shape our world. Let me know in the comments what other historical events you'd like to explore. Until next time, stay curious.